Oh, how's it going, guys? Got a nice hot sunny one today. And today we're going to work on putting motor mounts in this. I'm going to start off with putting a piece going lengthways right here. And then I'll put cross members in. And then these mounts here, fits the engine, will get mounted here and down here. And basically these are C-channel, and they've been milled out because you know how C-channel has like a taper right here, milled out right there. And then I figure these right here maybe work for some front mounts. These are box tubing, cut in two, and just ground and things like that. But I'll get started. Got the bar going from here to here in, and despite what this may look, it is in there exactly perfect. 8 7/8 face to face. Just looks funny. I think a lot of it has to do with this floor running across here. We're using the floor as a frame of reference, and then this doesn't look straight. But anyways, it's in there right. This engine, this is not the engine that's going to go on it. It's just one like it. This engine here, I don't know what all's wrong with it. Bought it on a bike, didn't work, but all I know is ball bearings went rolling out the side of it when I took the side case off. So I figure I'll use this for mocking up, and who cares if weld splatter gets in it and stuff like that. So for those that, you know, later on in the video, if I'm like welding beside it, and you know that it's not a good engine. So the next thing about it is I got to put 2 motor mounts in at the same time, because I got to have a setting on one, and at the same time go up as close to this right here. You know, it's got to match up to this bar at the same time. After that, it's all pretty easy. But another thing that I came across that may be an issue later is that when the chain comes out of the engine, you know, the chain runs off the engine, it may have a problem going over this edge right here. I kind of figured I'm going to use some kind of chain tensioner, kind of like one I built for the go-kart. So the chain tensioner will just basically be an idler, maybe to get over this edge. That's what I'm kind of looking at. If it passes it, then it passes it, but if it don't, I kind of got a plan going with it. Let's see what we get next with getting something in here. Alright, got a little bit of the motor mounts in there, and so we got this guy here, that one there, and carburetor sitting in there straight. Probably got to use some kind of PVC or something like a street L. Get this coming off of there somewhere. A couple of the rocker bolts. I don't know if I'll be able to get those in there with this right here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I just put the rocker on there, or a rocker cover on there, just to see what's going on. Got my cousin out here. Let's see, I can zoom in. They're making hay. This is my uncle's side that he's making hay on. I reminisced about not mowing that field, but then the four-wheelers run around on it and mash about half of it down, so I just kind of figure it's kind of a waste. Anyway, back to the topic at hand here. Some of the things that I'm seeing that I'm going to have trouble with is that right here is the output shaft. You know, and then this frame has, or this engine has a big tail on it right here where this motor mount is on. I had a thought of taking this bar out, moving the whole engine back, and then, I don't know, then I ain't gonna have nothing supporting this part of the frame. And then you can see here, I plan on using 2 of these rear swing arms, 300EX rear swing arms, and I'm gonna put a piece of DOM with the bearings in it on here. But if you center this up with that right there, You see that I am way too short on the arms. And then this hinging point is going to be pretty much where my seat needs to be. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a jack shaft in somewhere right in here. Just have a little chain right here, probably with some kind of tensioner on it. And then a shaft or a sprocket coming off the jack shaft will actually go down to here, so I can move the whole swing arm and everything back to this point here. But you know, it's just gonna be a lot more work, a lot more pieces and parts, but it's not that big of a deal, I guess. But I would like to have the hinging point of this arm at the same point as where the sprocket is. You know, so that way the chain's always the same tension. Kind of had some thoughts of, instead of doing the DOM back here, just putting a flat surface on the end of these. I plan on using 2 of them. And then just bolt the pillow block bearing on the end of it, and then to tighten this chain, you just have to shim the pillow block bearing out. The other thought was put the piece of DOM tubing on there, machine it out so that the bearings go inside of it, and then put some kind of tensioner on the arm itself. And I don't know which one I'm going to do with that yet, but either way, I'm kind of looking at going ahead with the motor mounts the way they are, and putting in a jack shaft to bring the sprocket back. Alright, so got this tacked in place, so you can see here I actually had it up here. I'm just tacking it just in case I decide to change my mind. You know, it's kind of a little bit more welded over there, but anyway, I'm gonna start making something for the front. I got these. I'm kind of thinking something like that. Put a piece across here, something like that. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do if anything with that. I'd kind of like, I had some thoughts, maybe something going up along the side here, and then it just reaches, you know, a bolt goes through, just to kind of help things out a bit. But I mean, there's going to be six points on this engine that is fastened in. Maybe what would be nice is if I could make some kind of bracket that would just fasten to this, to the top of it. I don't know. These bolts ain't heavy enough to do anything. I mean, they're just little, kind of like case bolts like you find in the side. Alright, well, get started on that one. Alright, got the motor mounts all done. I think that's all I'm going to put in it for motor mounts. I don't see any point in putting anything up here, because by the time I build it all in, it would have, the amount of flex that it would have wouldn't actually do anything for it. I don't see a point in it. So I'm just going to go with these and what we got in the back and the bottom. Put a bar in right, no, I didn't put it in, just laid a bar up against the side of the machine. Kind of get an idea of if this thing rolled over on the side, if the motor would hit the ground, and as long as it was a flat surface, you know, it wasn't a rock, you know, rolled over on a rock, contact point would be the tire and this portion of the frame, and I think the motor wouldn't hit the ground, so I don't need to put anything around the motor. Slapped a cover on there just for, you know, just for appearance, and kind of get an idea how far it's sticking out. And also, so I have the material, you know, I put this bar in over here just like the other side, so it's already in there. I ain't got to worry about later on needing that material. For the most part, once I run out of box tubing, I'm just going to go to the round stuff. I can just go to Lowe's on my way here, grab whatever I want that's round. But I guess that's going to be it for today. I don't know what'll be next. Maybe something to do with this rear end. Not real sure. But until then, I'll catch you guys later.